Good evening, my fellow fellow monkey men. How are we all doing today? Monkey man, does that work? I was trying to think of something cool, something to say, something themed. Like I sometimes to say, "Good evening, fellow tarnished" or "fellow maidenless." It's Brannon, and it's not just is it Brannon. It's Brannon at the start of a stream. Kind of huge. Hello, Brannon. How you doing? How's your start of the week been? Is your sleeping pattern? I was gonna say is your sleeping pattern better, but then I also realized our clocks changed. So I don't know if perhaps have the American clocks changed recently, because that might explain the time difference. Our clocks all went forward an hour. So maybe that might explain the hours difference rather than just waking up a bit earlier. The answer is that I have appointments on Thursday and actually have to get up on Tuesday that Ah! Okay. Yes. I do realize, well, I don't typically stream on Tuesdays, do I? So the attendance is going to be potentially different tonight. I don't normally stream on Tuesdays, and I don't intend to normally stream on Tuesdays. It just so happened that I'm busy tomorrow and didn't want to only stream once this week. So that's why it's that's why we get the double. Feels cursed streaming on April Fool's Day, but we shall see how it goes. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. Let's play some video games. Continue journey. Didn't read a lot of the entries last time, and I'm umming and erring about reading them because it feels like the lore is quite valuable, but it's a lot to read. The screenshots are posted in the games channel on Tori's Discord. I think I might have. What on earth? So we're just are all character models just upside down then? Such a good April Fool's. It's pretty good. Actually doing stuff rather than just saying things is pretty cool. Like I noticed Blue Sky did theirs by Blue Sky's reduced the character limit by 1. So the character posts are now limited to 299 characters rather than 300. Which honestly I think is pretty funny. As someone who has on occasion had to compress their posts to get it just within 300, it's very funny. And rest. We have rested. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Just a quick read of these. Once upon a time, the pretentious scholar took great pride in paperweight he collected. Whenever his guests commented that it would merely an ordinary stone, and then it will feature the scholar would respond by sharing a peculiar tale. During his adventurous youth, the scholar embarked on a treacherous journey. Okay, that's not too bad. It's just there's a lot to get through. I should really read them as they go again. Exhausted and seeking respite, he leaned against a massive stone for a snooze. Suddenly, he felt the stone come alive. Skeletons emerged from its crevices, and the stone sprouted limbs. Resembling a grotesque creature, terrified the scholar ran for his life until he stumbled upon a desolate valley where he noticed a gaunt monk meditating atop a boulder. Struck by the peculiar sight, he contemplated fleeing once more, yet to his astonishment, he sensed the relentless pursuit of the stone creature from behind. Just as he stood on the verge of being crushed, the very boulder beneath the monk unexpectedly rose, revealing 2 mighty arms that pummeled and shattered the pursuing creature. As a terrifying clash, the scholar barely managed to escape, and the paperweight, as he claimed, was a remnant of that cataclysmic fight. Guests erupted into laughter upon hearing the tale, mocking the scholar for splicing up his wild dream to impress them. The scorned scholar, though indignant, began to doubt the truth of the tale himself and lost interest in the paperweight. Eventually, he banished it to forgotten corner, never to be shown again. Live EverQuest did one a long time ago, and they just used basic skeletons of models for the day, so everyone was just a red stick figure. That's pretty cool. Jeez, oh, we have a lot of these. When did we... In a small kingdom west of the Blackwind Mountain, the aging king lived in constant fear of his dwindling lifespan. Desperate to find the elixir of longevity, he embarked on a frantic search for a solution. One day, an immortalist informed the king that consuming quartz could extend his life and bestow eternal youth. Don't eat rocks, kids. Upon hearing this, the king immediately issued a royal decree commanding his subjects to scour the lands in search of quartz. Eager to claim their reward, the stone miners ventured deep into the desolate Yellowwind Ridge. There they came across a stone being with an enormous head adorned with brilliant white mineral quartz. News of the discovery reached the king, who promptly dispatched his crown prince with an army to collect the precious quartz. Little did they know that they'd ventured into the ridge. They would be enveloped by swirling dust and relentless yellow winds. Cunning and treacherous, the stone beings lurked beneath the earth, lying in wait. Whenever someone approached, they would swarm out in a coordinated ambush, ensnaring their unsuspecting prey from both sides. The army suffered heavy casualties, but before obtaining even a trace of the coveted quartz. In a state of desperation, a messenger was dispatched to the capital bearing a plea of withdrawal that detailed the perilous expedition and the dreadful calamities befalling the men. However, the aged king remained steadfast in his resolve, insistent on obtaining a substantial amount of quartz. This is meant to be some sort of harrowing tale. This would happen now. This would actually just happen. This is just like this isn't even fantasy. This is just how things would work. Eventually, the crown prince returned with the coveted quartz and an army halved, and requested to present the precious minerals to his father in the royal chamber. Seizing the opportunity, he initiated a coup and plunged a knife into the king's heart, leaving him to die holding his cherished quartz of longevity in his bed. Why are there so many different types of stone? Pit stone, pale stone, poise stone, blaze bone, spear bone. Because like the little bits that we get, like, you know, especially the previous section, it was very all linked together. Does look at war in Ukraine or sending millions of troops to die over a minimal. Yeah, absolutely. Ukraine does technically hold a really high value. Ukraine is like the breadbasket of Europe. It's like huge, like massive grain. I don't know if it's necessarily production, but there's like something to do with like grains and stuff. It's like Ukraine's really important. But yeah, I mean the general annexation is it's about resources more than anything else. For obtaining the stone essence, the mother of stones was originally a blue quartz in the shape of a woman. Yeah, by the time they get it, Ukraine will be worthless. True. The blue quartz had the unique ability to absorb the essence of the moon. Through ages of absorption, she attained enlightenment earlier than other stone guys who were honored in the mount as the mountain deity. When the Buddha head stone guy appeared, the other stone guys convened and decided to expel the guy from the mountain. They sought the help of the Mother of Stones, however she refused, fearing the possibility of her blue quartz to be shattered in battle. Yet on the day of battle, seeing that the stone guys were on the verge of defeat, she could no longer bear to stand, and by decision stand by and decided to join the fight. Noticing the Pale Stone launching their quartz like a barrage of arrows to sneak attack the Buddha head guy, she imitated their action, despite deep attachment to her precious quartz. Despite their best effort, they were still losing. When her blue quartz was shattered by a punch, the Mother of Stones fell to the ground in despair. Unexpectedly, a yellow-furred leading a group of Yaoguais came to their aid. Seeing her grievance, the rat persuaded, "What is broken is destined not to return. If we let the Guai escape, wouldn't it be an even greater loss?" Hearing this, the Mother of Stones regained her strength and rose up. Together they subdued the Buddha head stone Guai. As compensation for her loss, the yellow-furred rat gifted her the stone essence. With the essence bestowed, the Mother of Stone gained great powers, yet as her form grew less mobile, she crafted poise stones from blue quartz, reflections of her former self, to watch over the mountain's happenings. Perhaps she did this to glimpse what she once was, what could never return. I'm reading through these kind of fast right now, but oh my god. So we've got Blazebone, Spearbone, Swiftbat, we've got all of these apart from Weasel Captain to do. That's insane. But I'll read them properly once I've caught up, basically. I had no idea I'd gone through this many. In the land of Yellowwind Ridge, where relentless winds raged day and night, the two mounds were often ravaged by mighty gusts, revealing the exposed bones, a sight all too familiar. One day a hurried merchant found himself passing through Yellowwind Ridge on an urgent matter. However, the villagers warned him of a terrible danger and refused to be his guide. After walking alone for hours, the merchant rested by the roadside, eating his rations. This is the April Fool's Day prank, by the way. We're not playing the game, we're just sitting here reading journal entries. It was then that he noticed a set of skeletal remains in the withered grass. The bones were incomplete due to greedy vultures and wolves. Were you slain by bandits lying here in this desolate place? Or, like me, did you find no joy in life and chose to end it yourself? Jesus, man. Overwhelmed with sorrow, the merchant sighed as he looked upon the skull and wondered aloud. You now lie uncovered in the wilderness, and I can only imagine the sorrow your family must feel. Moved by compassion, he untied his bundle, weeping as he began to dig a grave to bury the remains. Suddenly the skeleton sat up, startling the merchant, who fell to the ground and scrambled backwards in fear. Using bony hands to support itself, the skeleton approached the merchant and pushed the bundle towards him. Astonished, the merchant cautiously accepted the bundle and resumed his journey. The skeleton followed him from a distance, and together they travelled peacefully for hours. Gradually, the merchant let his guard down and removed his inner shirt to drape it over the skeleton's frame. From that moment on, whenever a strange noise arose, the skeleton would guide the merchant to take cover behind rocks. With furtive glances, the merchant would then witness the guys passing by the path. For several days they continued on this until the merchant finally reached the main road again. That was the moment the skeleton ceased to move. Grateful for its companionship, the merchant offered to transport the skeleton's remains back to its homeland. However, after a moment's hesitation, the skeleton turned and walked back into the swirling sands of the ridge. Perhaps it had already forgotten where it came from. Oof, Lord. Spearbone. The priests of Windrest were proud warriors. Their shields were emblazoned with the tiger, and they danced with crescent-shaped spears, commanding a presence that frightened off Gwais. During funerals, they would lead the procession, striking their shields and proclaiming themselves as leading generals. The priests held high status in Windrest. Even the minor Gwais in the mountain would frequently offer them rare delicacies, hoping to ensure their peace and to avoid being banished. One day, a settler noticed an increase in the mountain's Gwai population and sought the advice of the sorcerers. Dismissive, the priest responded, "The Gwais and us, we inhabit the same mountains, an encounter would be inevitable. Since they present us with tributes, we might as well spare them." Oops. A few years later, the strange winds began to sweep across the valley, stirring up chaos. The Gwais ran wild, causing trouble frequently. Dressed in their warrior attire, the priests raised their shield and ventured out the settlement to confront the unruly Gwais. However, the Gwais didn't fear them. The priests' spears and shields, which were once their pride, could only repel a few minor ones before they were surrounded. The leader, a red-robed rat, sneered. "We had peace only because of the... What's that? Bod? Is that... What's it? Bod... Izatva. Bodhisattva? Meditating up in the mountains. Immortals surely didn't think you could actually defeat us, did you?" Seeing the priests unable to repel the Gwais and instead provoking their anger, the settlers locked the gates of Windiest? I think it's meant to be Windrest. Yeah. Windrest, demanding the Gwais be expelled before they could return. The priests met their end on the mountain, remaining in their battle stances, serving as ominous omens to those who passed by. How can there be so much to write about a fucking bat? It's a bat! After the harvest, the rentman arrived in the village. The villagers cleaned a long-abandoned manor for his stay and treated him like a sumptuous feast. Full from food and drink, the village chief spoke directly. "The rent is a heavy burden on us. Is there any possibility to reduce it?" The rent collector replied, "The rent has been determined by your lord. I am but a paid man tasked with taking what is due. I have no power to change it." Scab. The talk turned into an unending argument as dusk approached. The villagers hastily left. An old widower lingered, offering a suggestion to the rent man. "Our village offers little amusement, but on that hill there's a pavilion fine for moon-gazing. Should you grow weary, 'tis a place to ease your mind." With those words, he too departed. The biologists would disagree. Yeah, maybe. That night, the rent man, lantern in hand, pondered his ledgers and the days of disputes ahead. Seeking solace, he walked towards the pavilion, but as he stepped into the courtyard, a figure descended with wings of flesh, claws for hands, and a maw of pointed teeth. Terrified, he fled, only to be ambushed by a similar creature lurking in the trees. The bat-Gwais squabbled over him for the first bite, chittering and chattering. Seeing them locked in a stalemate, the rent man drew a blade from his belt and beheaded one. The other sprang, fangs bared towards him, but he dodged it with a struggled roll. That night, the rent man and the bat dog fought, fangs and blade clashed until dawn. Come morning, the villagers come to the manor to prepare the rent man his morning meal, only to find him sitting by the door, a blade at his side, pinning two headless bat corpses to the earth. In the days that followed, they paid their full rent and hosted another rich feast, sending the rent man back to town with due respect. This one's not too long. In the shadow of Yellowwind Ridge, where gusts weave labyrinths of sand, trade seldom reached here save for the lone hamlet downhill, the only bazaar in the land. Among the market stands and Everlife shop stood as the sole purveyor of coffins. On that fateful day, the shopkeeper idled inside when a massive lumbering gate entered, garbled like a beggar. As the shopkeeper rose to shoo him away, the man spoke. "Hold, sir. I've come not to beg, but to buy coffins." With quiet words, he told of his village laid to ruins by bandits and his need for 4 coffins to lay the dead to rest. Suspicious but intrigued, the shopkeeper agreed to a trade in their native herbs, Swayang and Kongrong. Shopkeeper gathered his lads and followed the man with 4 coffins on an ox cart. Labouring through the sand in the wind, they reached the village at dusk. Here, the man muttered, all life ends and returns to the earth. These winds can do harm, and if our bodies are not properly buried, our souls might be twisted. Please, sir, bury my family with these coffins. We had Soyang and Kongrong in our hearth. Take as much as you like, and with that he vanished. Entering the village, shopkeeper found all living things slaughtered, not a soul left alive. There, before a grand dwelling, lay the man and his kin long dead. Hurriedly they entombed the 4 corpses atop a scenic cliff, took nothing and fled for their lives. It's pretty grim. We did do Weasel Captain last time, so we've got some chiefs and characters to do. So yeah, we've got the Gore-Eyed Taoist to do. This guy was pretty easy, actually, when we fought him. A strange visitor once came to the Temple of Yellow Flowers. He proclaimed himself in the mystic arts upon Mount Ling Tai. Submit now and yield me the thing, he told the master of the temple, and you will be spared. Beetle Commander was sent to subdue him, and the man was sealed in a cocoon sack in the cave. Yet days later, Lesser Guai brought word to the master that the sack lay sundered and the captive had escaped. Never let your sack get sundered, folks. Just word of advice there. It's not good. It's bad vibes. I imagine it hurts as well. At this, the master gave nothing but a smile. Thanks. Me trying to be funny, me not succeeding. Since his escape from the cocoon sack, a fleshy mess studded with many eyes had sprouted from the man's back. He paid no mind to this horrific sight and continued his wandering practice. Why would you not notice? This is like people who, like, fucking get some horrific injury or some horrific growth thing and then don't go to the hospital for it. He passed through a desolate mountain where bandits ran rampant and the nearby villagers lived in squalor. Here he chose to settle and summoned rainfall. By his arts, the blasted peaks grew green and with elms and willows, and the slopes cloaked themselves in pines and firs. Hard to be funny when the comment you make is far too real. True. After his efforts, the once barren mountains saw years of clement weather, and the people of the lowlands flourished in number. Yet the bandits cared nothing for an honest life. They saw the greenwood only as fresh plunder, and growing numbers as ripe for the hunt. The man then took on the guise of an enlightened monk and went among the bandits, hied out to spread wisdom of the Buddha. In the end, even the bandits forsook evil and came down to the mountain to live in peace. Years passed, and came a day when the man entered the village and raised a ritual staff at the entrance. From its crown poured a blood-red light. Every person it touched fell into frenzy, tearing at each other as if the thrall of some evil force. In mere moments, the lowlands became a pit of slaughter, and the ground overflowed with the blood of the slain. On the man's back, the hump gaped wide, with countless eyes unveiled. Slowly they supped the spilled blood and sundered spirits. In no time, the lump had swollen even larger until it absorbed no more. Only then did the eyes slowly close. The man came back to himself and removed the staff, then set out for the next place to settle. Fucking hell. Probably a good thing we killed this guy. This is like a very Bloodborne-y kind of enemy by the end of it. Like, yeah, it's very wrapped up in sort of Taoism, but... Tiger Vanguard. The tale began centuries past when the journeyers crossed Yellowwind Ridge. In those days, the old Tiger Vanguard lost his life seizing the Tang monk. He left behind 2 sons, once orphaned, who, once orphaned, had to fend for themselves. The mountain groves lay in ruin. The Tiger brothers led the remaining Lesser Guais in a bitter struggle for survival. Fortunately, their father had taught them enough to make a living. As the sandstorms ebbed, Rock Guais slowly restored the groves to their former state. The elder Tiger, following his late father's way, governed the Yao Guais in the mountain. Each knew their place and dared not prowl forth to prey on the living. Later, mortals drawn by the lush peaks and clear springs built a village amid the slopes. The Elder Tiger gained renown as a deity in the mountain with the principle, devour the evil and shield the good. The villagers built a crouching tiger temple for the brothers, offering rich tributes that made their lives even more blissful. Yet long had the younger nursed a grievance. His elder brother reaped all the glory in people's words on the tigers in the mountain. He believed his brother earned this merely by dint of a few years more of life. Another century turned, and the Wind Sage returned to Yellowwind Ridge with a host of Ratguais. The younger tiger declared that it was the sage's negligence that had doomed their father. He clamoured to slay the sage in vengeance, urging his brother to drive off the rats. Deeming this just, the elder agreed, but in that fight, the sage unleashed a vessel like Bodhisattva's severed head. With its gale sharp as an edge, in a single clash the younger tiger fell grievously wounded. For the life of his little brother, the elder tiger at once cast down his arms and knelt in surrender. The sage held no grudge. After learning the brother's origins, he even bestowed upon the surrender of the title of Vanguard. When the younger tiger woke and learned his brother now served as the Vanguard, he seethed in disbelief. The brothers quarreled bitterly until the younger stormed off, severing all ties with the only family he had left. In the Tiger Vanguard's eye, the yellow-furred rat had twice destroyed his family. and left them broken and scattered. He hated them for that, but he was no fool. As long as the rat had protection from higher ones, what more could a tiger do beyond venting his rage by devouring a few lesser rats each day? Interesting. So does that mean we're going to meet the younger tiger as well? Oh, Stone Vanguard. Okay, this boss sucked, just for the record. Ever since Yellow Wind Sage bestowed the Buddha-headed Stone Gwy's essence upon the two mountain deities, they consumed it and gained human hearts and forms. The union of the two resulted in the birth of a stone child. Thus the Yao Guais refer to them as the father of stones, the mother of stones, the son of stones. Later the father of stones left the mountain for some reason, and the son of stones went in search of him, leaving the mother alone. The mother of stone was never fond of violence. When the Yellow Wind Sage gave her the essence, he entrusted her with the task of diligently taking care of the mountain's inhabitants. She took this responsibility seriously and worked hard. When the journey has passed through Yellowwind Ridge, the Bodhisattva Lingji's helped to capture him and take him back to Mount Lingshan. Years passed, and upon the return of the sage, the ridge was populated with many stone Gwy's. Among them was a particularly strong and robust stone Gwy, which he learned was created by the Mother of Stone with all her might to guard the cave. One day, the Yellowwing Sage personally came to visit the Mother of Stone and to be blocked by the Stone Gwy. Alarmed by the disobedience, he feared it might become a threat. Hence, he summoned the newly appointed Tiger Vanguard to eliminate the strong Stone Gwy. See, we're getting the links together. Tiger Vanguard agreed, but was reluctant to fight them. They had once worked together to rebuild the mountain, and he knew the strong Stone Gwy was highly respected by the other Stone Gwys, who saw him as an elder brother. He advised the Stone Gwy, "Brother, we've endured much to reach this point. If I can help, I will. I've arranged everything. You just need to retreat into the valley and keep a guard on Xing'an. No need for anything vicious. Today I come with kind words, but tomorrow it might be a battle. Though we have some skills, we are no match for the yellow-furred rat. Why not join me as a vanguard and keep things as they are?" The next day, the Yellow Wind Sage appointed the strong Stone Gwy as a stone vanguard, ordering him to lead the Stone Gwys to retreat and guard the valley. From then on, the Stone Gwys dutifully guarded the sealed evil being, and no longer meddled in the mountain's affairs. I'm going to get cigarettes. Oh, there's one more. Oh, we've got more of a Headless Monk then? Children of the village were at play near when haunting words from the Sangjian wafted through the air. Young ears caught the song's pleasant note. In Lando, bloodshed and chaos sting. Intrigued and never having heard such a song, the youngsters raced towards the musician. As they neared, they beheld a figure leaning on a boulder, headless. The children scattered in fright, but all but young Cheng Dao, who stumbled and fell. As he lay weeping and watching his friends flee, the headless monk ceased his strumming. He emerged from behind the rock and strummed once more. Invisible forces gently lifted Cheng Dao, steadying him on his feet. No longer fearful, the boy observed that apart from the missing head, this figure resembled the benevolent monks he'd seen in a hamlet. Sorry. Seeing Cheng Dao was unafraid, the headless monk plucked another cord. A cool breeze passed over the boy's bruised leg. Looking down, Cheng Dao found the wound miraculously healed. Clapping in joy... Sorry, I'm just getting fucking... Phone keeps going off. Clapping in joy, he exclaimed, "Magic! Magic!" The monk strummed again, and Cheng Dao's torn trousers restored themselves. With that, the monk returned to his eerie song. "Yellow Wind Ridge, a mighty old range, once buzzing with joy and glee," and vanished into a gust of sand and wind. When the villagers returned to save Cheng Dao, they found him pointing at the sand, exclaiming, "It was an immortal." The adult scoffed, "Nonsense. What sort of immortal lacks a head? You've seen a ghost, boy." Well, there we go. That was a lot. I need a wee sippy after that. Ooh, let's go for this. No, 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 no. Now, this is one of the ways we can go. Oh wait, it just loops us back round to here, doesn't it? But there must be a way in. Valley of Despair. There was this route through here, so I think the tiger is what's guarding this way. And we do have a gate. Oh, we do have a gate actually. Use tally. Looks like I could have taken either route then. Perhaps. Not entirely sure. Yeah, this is opened up. Yeah, because the Valley of Despair, we use the seal to get through here. But there's also a seal down by big tiger boss as well. First things first, we'll go this way, because this just loops us around and we can, if there's anything we need to find, we'll find it. Or not. Looks like we're probably not going that way. We'll check the other side and just to see if there's anything we can interact with to help, but... I've been wondering as well, maybe I should move the captions to over the game rather than having a little caption box. I just worry that they end up getting really small, which kind of kills part of the point of them. Mr. Bunu, hello, hello. Ooh. Welcome, welcome. You missed the April Fool's portion of the stream where I literally just read journal entries for 20 minutes. No? No. It says you've entered the Nexus, you've entered the Nexus. There's no contesting that. I have wondered if I need to... I would have killed that. Ooh, this guy's... Holy fuck! It's the monkey plus. What the fuck, man? Me, sad me. Oh, hey, Cappy. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, let's try not to die to this guy this time. Let's just use all the magic to kill him. Blood of the Iron. Rat Governor, spirits. White Governor. Ooh, new celestial medicine. A miraculous pill crafted by the father of Mountains increases maximum mana. Hell yeah. Now, is that a new journal entry? It was. Wait, no, it wasn't. So the thing with the ice cream cone. Didn't miss it this time. Yeah. Oh, I did. Did I not reply to it? Sorry, I thought I had replied. Yeah. I know nothing about that. I claim complete ignorance. Oh yeah, cheap viewers, guys, from Sparkling Delusion. Delusionate. I could have a better name, man. Oh, it's a meditation spot. Yeah, I claim ignorance on that ice cream thing. I have no idea how that got in there. I have no idea how it got approved. Because it's kind of grim, all things considered. It's clearly because it's in. I guess it's because it's indirect and because it's an ice cream. That's probably how they got away from it. Got away with it. Or it just didn't even get spotted, which is also a likely thing, because that happens a lot. Things just get missed. Well, apologies for not replying. I looked at it and must have told myself I'll reply to that, and then in my head that became I have replied to that. Wait. What the fuck? There's a chest. There was a chest back there that I could open. There's an openable chest. What? Alright. We're trying that again. Because there was a chest. You saw that, right? There must be a way for me to get to that. Yeah, you're good. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. Since you mentioned, since you said no, Mr. Bruno, as well, it's something I've been thinking about for, like, the stream brand. Like, you know, I kind of, a lot of this, you know, obviously my VTube model isn't particularly on brand for, like, Soulsy stuff, which is fine. But a lot of my stream content is, and I still like the fact that everything's kind of Soulsy themed. But I feel like I need to maybe do more of that. There's only so much I can do myself, and, like, I don't have a huge amount of money to commission artists all the time for stuff. I want to just say there was nothing nice about the controls just there when I did that. That was incredibly awkward. So unless that was like a sequence break or something, it's better be worth it. Gold. Oh, Blood of the Iron Bull. That's always good. And what is kicking about up here? Because this isn't blocked off. Maybe it should have been, based on some of the weird collisions that I'm getting. Oh wait, no, you're definitely meant to be able to get up here. It's weird, everything else is usually mapped out so well. But this is like, was like kind of awkward to traverse. There we go, that's where the blockers come in. Nope. Dude, the controls for that are so jank. Holy shit. Alright, we're gonna go... trying to decide which way we go. Do we go this way or do we go... Well, we'll go this way, because the tiger entrance, in theory, will just bring us down here. So if we come in from here, we should be able to loop back around on ourselves. In theory. But yeah, like, so some stuff that I want to do for the stream is... I'm kind of happy enough with the general layout. You know, I've got it fairly simple. I may end up just ditching... You know, if I move the captions up, I may end up just ditching the lower bar entirely, and then I can maybe make the game... I was going to say maybe make the game even bigger, but then the text window gets a bit smaller, and that becomes a bit of an issue, so for readability. Yellow wing formation. Jeez, am I going to have to do something to clear that tornado? So now that I've entered here, yeah, the map opens up a little bit. Person. But it's an actual human. Finish learning Force Awakens free play and avoid a run for one of the categories. So sick. Yeah? So is it just going through all the story missions but in free play? Oh wait, no, I've met this guy before. How did he get here?
一步一步，有缘有路。此间藏一珍宝，乃当年泾河老龙王被斩时脱落人间的鳞片，他人无法得见。小友可否在这黄昏？
I've got a question for you, Captain Bot. Did you guys get daylight savings recently? Because we did. I'm just wondering if what the time diff is now between us.
玉帝震怒，欲行连坐之罪，吓得那四毒龙神仙又有何意？只要染了因果，不过都是盘中餐，江河怀起。
Okay, you did. Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't know which countries do which countries do daylight savings.
当年泾河龙王为吓得那四毒龙神仙，只要染了因果，江河怀。
So for the free play category then, do you basically have like, do you just start with a save file where you have literally everything unlocked so you can play every character, you can use every character you need? I assume that would be my guess, similar to like any kind of new game plus category, which will allow you to start on whatever new game plus. Well, sorry. One of the games I've sped run, Valkyria Chronicles, we have a new game plus category for that, but the actual save file we use is like new game plus 7 or something. Because it's gone through and done everything and unlocked literally everything. And usually that'll take a few playthroughs. So we do have some self-advances. So I'm curious about this. Aim is moderately expansive. Interesting. Yeah, you can play through the 100% save file. All the characters and red bricks with possibilities for skips. Oh, I can imagine. Like, the red bricks are already kind of broken, and especially like some of the weirder ones. Because new red bricks especially are one of the last things that typically get implemented. They're just sort of left till the very end, then they're implemented, and usually they are so full of hacks to make shit work. Most sick category that's ever existed in a LEGO game. Hell yeah. Now, what happens if I try and walk into this? Oh, it's the yellow wind stage, that makes sense. He's too powerful for the Tiger Vanguard and the Stone Vanguard. Or not. I'm gonna unset that boss for now because we'll do him later. For the moment, I kind of just want to explore the rest of the area because he's like a big bad of the area. So can I place a marker there? Yeah, we'll place a marker there so there's a boss that we can come back to later. Because I wasn't even remotely prepared sort of to fight. I'd rather explore more of the area first. If I run out of bands of Boba Fett or any other jetpack characters, you can get out of bands somewhere. At the door next to the cutscene. So, Force Awakens, I have to say, to my shame, I think I did a lot. I think I wrote a lot of the jetpack code for Force Awakens. So, you can thank or blame me for that. How do I get up there? Do I have to come from the tiger side? Is that it? Because I think originally somebody did the R2-D2 one. And then it was like, oh hey, can you adapt the R2-D2 one a little bit for the jetpack? And then it kind of ballooned outwards from there. I was very happy with it. I think the reason I ended up doing it is because the first level we made that used it in story is Lorsan Tekka's Return, I think. And we gave a jetpack to the guy who helped Lorsan Tekka out. And so I think because that level introduced it, and that was the level I was assigned to work on, that's why it became, that's why I ended up being the one writing that mechanic. I think that's how it went anyway. That's roughly how it went. So yeah, I think the Yellow Wind Sage is the last boss of Chapter 2. Potentially. The last core boss, anyway. Oh, good lord. Like the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. Except much grosser. So you can see here, actually, just a little thing, like, you can see how they've been clever and not, like, you know, tried to make it look like the blood is, like, properly flowing in there. They've just used some sort of looping, some material effects there. And even though, you know, you could obviously see it wasn't pouring in and shit, it worked. Alright, what's in the tiger head cave? The way we break it is when the jetpack fuel runs out, we press your next character and previous character button at the same time. That's excellent. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, actually, because it honestly doesn't surprise me that that's a thing, because I'm pretty sure that, like, something like the jetpack, so, like, I'm trying to think how I word this. Ooh, a Lotus Celestial Medicine. Massively increases maximum health. Well, we're going to need that for that boss fight, because that guy looked rough. So, abilities on characters, when you actually change, it will reset the ability completely, and will load the ability on the new character. So even if I think you were to switch to a jetpack character, it would technically reset the jetpack, I think. Oh god, what does this do? Let's even the fight a little bit. I have no idea who's who at this point, but it doesn't matter. Ow. Yeah, you can have a jetpack character you made for previous and still work. Very rare to get that, though. Those just do both buttons. Fair enough. Civet Sergeant. Civets. That's our foe of the week. Once there was a rich landlord, oh, here we go, who had built many houses. Among them was a court where none lived. It had a clear pond, an old elm, and a swing. The village children longed to play there. The landlord, however, ordered his servants to guard the court and allow no one near. As days passed, the children grew bolder. They began throwing pebbles to draw the guards away, hoping to sneak in. The day soon came when one of the servants was struck in the eye by a pebble they threw. Enraged, the landlord decided to dismiss the guardians of the court and simply locked the gate, posting a notice that read, "Beware the civet guy within. Enter at your own risk." The young ones dismissed the warnings as nothing but an empty threat. They scaled the walls and gathered the elm seats, played on the swing, and caught fish in the clear waters of the pond. Their laughter echoed through the court. All of a sudden, tiles from the roof came hurtling down, landing near the children. Startled, they cried out loud and drew their parents to the court. The elders arrived shouting for the owner of the place and demanding recompense for the peril that had befallen their children. After much shouting, a sharp voice rang out from the rear roof. "Begone, mortals, lest you seek your doom." Those words, two blades whirled out from nowhere, spinning in deadly dance, and left wounds upon many. In terror, the crowd turned and fled. Ah, it's the yellow wind sage. I mean, like, you know, fuck landlords. Fuck. Cool, so there's one more meditation spot. So yeah, I think we're getting close to finishing chapter 2, actually, because, I mean, how many... 28 out of 29. We've missed it somehow. Couple missing as well. We know that that one in the middle is a sort of boss you have to come back for later, I think. I know I just said no and think, but that's the reality. What did we get? Yeah, white door. Nice. There's also a door in chapter 2 that I was trying to route into the run. Because it was like 30 seconds and wasn't done in the run before, so it's technically possible, but I gave up because the camera doesn't move past the hangar door, so there's literally no visual cues. Ah, it sucks. Visual setup, sir. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh, pissing. Bollocks, man. Like, don't get me wrong, good point to have here. But I swear there was a bit I could jump up to, so we need to go back through the cave. Also, there's a bit south of the tiger statue of the tiger arena, so like it's cool. Like that's useful because it's opened up a better well, it hasn't really, but it's opened up an alternative entrance basically to the boss fight. I was able to hit it pretty consistently with the lift player function and coordinates, but I feel like it's literally impossible normally. Ah, fair enough. Now, because I teleported, did that count as a rest? I bet it did. It did. Bollocks to that, man. Which means I need to fight the little civet fucks again. I guess maybe run past them. I'm not really sure I want to do that. They're actually not too bad. With the big one gone, they're actually okay. They took like half health off that dude. That's pretty good for like the little spell. Okay, now before I slide down that sand. You can see it, right? Oh man, even clear step, you can't do it. Yeah, look, you can see it up there. This is so shit, man. There's presumably an item you can get that lets you walk in this stuff, but still. No, that can't be the way you do it. There's got to be an alternative way. Let's see. Blacksmith Wukong Temple Cell. Sliding sand. Oh, wait a second. Okay, back up to the top we go again. I was being silly. It's not a light attack you do, it's a heavy attack you have to do. Because there was someone else who was saying they were having the same problem. Oh, the ad starts in 5 minutes. We'll get this and then we can run the ad. I don't like that it... Oh, those crows vanished there. That makes more sense, actually. Oh, ow. We'll probably just run past the civets, especially if I need to do it again because I mess it up. No! Come on, just gotta get some clearance. There we go. That sucked, dude. Holy shit, that was terrible. Tiger relic. Drink. Oh, it's a soak. Oh, that's good. We've only got a couple of we only have 2 soaks at the moment, so getting a new soak is definitely good. Yeah, it's this dude.
为寻着雕鼠偷来的丹炉，差点把命送了。
Game 1 doesn't say April. It is fucking shenanigans has ensued. We'll talk to this guy. We've got a couple of minutes still until the ad starts.
道祖慈悲，好汉福寿无量，救命之恩无以为报。这个，嘿嘿，便送于好汉吧。
Hell yeah. Thank you, Medicine Man. Mind Core. Let's just sell up what we don't need. So what's he got for sale? Longevity decoction. An ancient tattered page records the formula's upon use considerably increases maximum health. Ooh. Make medicines, celestial medicines. Permanently. Ooh, wow, okay. We need to think about this. This is kind of huge, making celestial medicines. I'm kind of tempted to make a couple of these to see how they play out. Burn resistance, chill resistance, poison resistance, shock resistance. Wait, does he sell other stuff? No, that's it. Maybe a Lego game you might be killing your father who's provide for his family. I certainly did once. Can't say I've ever thought about that, because no one actually dies in Lego games, remember? Always important to remember. No one dies in Lego games. That's like not allowed. Brew. Critical introduction. That's huge, actually. I like that. So what happens to them? Don't worry about it. I'll answer it, but there's a break. So, you know, we've got to respect the break. See you guys in 3 minutes. Okay, welcome back. I hope the ads were good and not just AI slop. They probably were though, let's be real. Alright, we'll go this way first. Just keep going back to the temple entrance, man. Explain what? I don't know what you're talking about, Cappy. Lego dude's dying. Lego dude's no Lego dude's dying. This is no Black Myth Wukong. Alright, what's this way? I feel like I just heard geese there for a second. That's definitely a honking sound. Sorry, sir. I require your mushroom. all that Ling Ji. Honestly, it's better when it's dudes to fight. The amount you get from them when they're enemies is crazy. I had one moment of like Batman when Robin lost his head and Batman just put it back on. It really makes you wonder how the Lego things actually work and if they can. I don't believe they can die. Because you know, when you as a player run out of health, what happens? You just come back again.
山闯此地，不知体面。继续不打。无王。快画！
That's so stupid and I love it. And another soak. Holy shit. Two. They just reassemble the full. Yeah, basically. Or they'll do like the Lego equivalent of reincarnation. You know, they'll just come back as another... They'll get rebuilt later. You know, there's lots of imaginations. No one dies, though, in Lego. Alright, what have we got? What option here? The next rock's very specific. I can imagine it being useful, but too specific for me. Cultivate sparks. Oh yeah, I can't have this one for a while. Level that one up a little bit. Oh, here we go. Welcome to the clown show. Ow. Oh, I'm all out of sippies. That's not good. God, who's this asshole? Oh, that was close. Oh, Rat Imperial Guard. Since the Yellow Winged King had sequestered himself within the valley, his hoarded treasures were left to the care of his trusted minions. One day, when a purple gold incendiary vanished from the half-emptied storeroom, the rumor of theft, once a mere murmur, built into the raucous clamor until the rat guy who guarded the storeroom was finally accused of pilfering from his own charge. The tale reached the ears of the rat Imperial Guards. Clad in crimson, they were the secret Imperial enforcers. They went to interrogate the rat guard, but hoping for a share of the spoils. But the humiliated guard was found lifeless, his neck wedged in a noose dangling in his cell. With his death, the gossip mongers painted the Imperial Guards as vilifiers of the innocent, coercing false confessions. With no means to defend themselves, the Imperial Guards launched a thorough inquiry, desperate to clear the names. Fortune struck when they unearthed the incendiary within the nest of the rat guard's apprentice. The crowd's scorn shifted, branding the young apprentice as a betrayer and avaricious soul. Yet in the face of the Imperial Guard's iron grip, the apprentice unfurled a new thread of the story. The incendiary had been pilfered by the civet sergeant as a tribute to the Tiger Vanguard. It was the apprentice who, learning of his master's unjust fate, dared to retrieve it in secret. Verified by the Imperial Guards... cause. Or some say cosm. Thank you, Wiped Duo 40 plus for the follow. Welcome to the School of Mensis. Verified by the Imperial Guards, the tale swayed the public sentiment once more, from jeers to praise, but whispers are like a fickle breeze. Soon it was murmured that the thriving chief acted not out of greed, but out of a son's duty to rescue his mother from the bowels of the Tiger Temple. The crowds murmured anew, their judgment is shifting as the sands. Alas, what is a grain of truth in a desert of tales? Action taken in the cloak of shadows are often proclaimed in the light of something else entirely. Perhaps it is the angle from which we plead our case, a cause that crafts a different truth. And when the truth finds the light, it is often because some prefer an audience blind to the rest of the story. Ooh. If they get rebuilt, no doubt, have a good long rest and put some times back. If they get rebuilt and someone else later, will their family recognize? Well, they'll get potentially rebuilt into the same. It depends. People actually like die in like a Ninjago TV show to mention that they died. It's not. Yeah, but the Ninjago TV show probably has to follow different rules than the Ninjago game. No one's allowed to die in our games. Like we had to tone down some of the finisher animations because they were too graphic. Oh my god, I can heal, I can heal. Necrop, it has been a while. Holy shit. Oh god. I really can't afford to take hits just now, but this is going to be a lifesaver. Because it's restored. I can take a hit of the flask. How you been? How you been indeed? I was gonna say how you been indeed, but that makes no fucking sense. How have you been, Necrep? How are things? Oh. Ow, bastard. At least it's on the belly. Low damage attack. Sobering stone. Key items. We love to see it. I suppose I'm starting to be still in high school. Ah, fair. How long till you graduate? Are you in your final year? Oh god, there's so many enemies here. How have I got no flask with this many enemies still left in the area? How did this happen? How did I not get that plant as well? Junior year right now. Oh shoot. We have that is a raid. I saw it as it was coming in. Wipe to 40 plus, thank you so much. Ah, you were also streaming Black Myth Wukong. Haha. Well, thank you. Hello, raiders. Welcome. The shout out has been given. Everyone should go follow Wipe Duo 40 plus. You know, very nice of them to raid us. And hello, everyone. I am Riker7. I generally stream Soulsy games and do a bit of speedrunning from time to time. And yeah, my current quote unquote Souls game is is Black Myth Wukong, which we're doing okay at, I think. But yeah, how was your stream weight? How did it go? 12 people raid, yeah, hell yeah. Huge. Like in Ninjago, there's a cutscene where Master Wu dies at the end of chapter 8 and you only find out he's not dead at the beginning. Yeah, fake out deaths are okay. Well, I'm not even sure that he necessarily, like, is thought to be dead in that chapter. He kind of just drifts away, doesn't he? It's been a while, I can't remember. Uh-oh. Lamau. We're at the last chapter 1 boss. Ah, nice, nice. Well, if you're worried about spoilers, obviously, then do not worry. We have met, I think, the potential last chapter boss for chapter 2, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, but no, I'm glad. How are you finding it? Or when you say you're at the last, are you on like a replay? In which case, spoilers probably aren't an issue. Oh fuck! I did it again. Come on, do your thing. Do the thing. There we go. I swear I dodged that, but okay. That's true. He kind of just goes on the room, disappears off screen. It's not really implied anywhere that he died. Yeah, exactly. He's just kind of missing. I think it was meant. I think possibly it was probably meant to be. It was meant to be more of an implication that he's dead, but it kind of just never materialized that way. Oh, they're not so tough. But yeah, welcome to all new raiders. You will see lots of bad gameplay here. As I suck at these games, having despite played a lot of them, I you know, have learned very little from my time playing them. As I think I am currently at, let's just double check. 6,717 deaths across all the games I've played on stream. So, you know, we're doing well. And if you want to check out how I did in any of those, you can do command deaths. You get a decent game. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of self-deprecation. I like to think the fact that I can make it through all these games must mean I'm doing something right. If you use command deaths and then the name of a boss or a game, obviously you have to know what I've played. You can always take a guess. But if you use command deaths and then put in something that a game or boss you think I'll have probably played, hopefully it might give you some stats on that. It's not a perfect system. I say that as the person who wrote it, who wrote the program that parses the command, but there you go, you got an exact match for some. So it tries to do games and it'll try and do bosses, so. Why did it not find the... Oh, the reason it didn't find the boss match is because I don't have individual boss breakdowns for Hollow Knight. Because that was before I was doing per boss counting. Hollow Knight and Dark Souls 3 predate the... Oh, why did I just heal there? Predate the per boss counting, which is why it's not showing up. That's a lot. It is a lot. But it's probably worth noting that at least 100 of those deaths were a practice. Well, I tried to do all the what are they called? All like the boss rushes, and 100 of those deaths at least was just practice for one of the gauntlets. It was me trying to beat the true version of the Hollow Knight boss. I just couldn't do it. I was so terrible. I think I had 5 kills of the practice in over 100 attempts. And then I also attempted the gauntlet a bunch of times as well. Honestly, I feel like a redemption run for Hollow Knight's probably on the cards at some point, but then Silk Song will be coming out in like 5 years or something, so maybe then. One thing I do want to do is I maybe want to go back and play... Like, Hollow Knight again could be on the cards. Maybe. But I've got a big enough list of games that I haven't played at all to do first before I think about replaying games. But it's certainly something I've considered. I probably just wouldn't do the gauntlets again. I'd probably just do like a normal playthrough. That Hollow Knight, that 755 deaths represents 111% out of 112, I think. It's either 111 out of 112 or 110 out of 111. I can't remember what the cap is. The redemption run of all the game dev memories, they're pretty old now. They don't really fit into the road to 10,000. It's certainly a consideration, especially now that my setup's better. I certainly could consider it, and the fact that I can do console streaming means that it's a lot easier. Like, the PC versions are just like, whatever. Obviously, the load times are something I have to deal with, but... Oh god, there's 3 of them! Oh no, I didn't... Fuck! Oh, that's rough. Too much fun progress. I don't hate. Hate's a rough word. Maybe at some point, yeah, we'll do like I could do it again, but I mean, it's certainly a thought. Oh god, I have to do all these again. I pressed the wrong button because the sprint thing is also a... What to get in the way. Back. Is that you saying you're back? If so, welcome back. I didn't realize that you'd be our bid. Screw this clown. Yeah, I hope your stream went alright, wife. So, when you say you're at chapter 1, is it your first playthrough, or is it your, or is it like a second playthrough that you're doing? First. Nice, nice, nice. Again, if you are worried at any point about spoilers, because I'm in chapter 2, then feel free to, like, hide bits of the stream or whatever makes the most sense. We're gonna keep pushing into Strand, I think. Moderate amount of focus, reach successive light attack. The fact that hit is wild. I love my WoW jobs while watching. Nice, nice. Oh, you play World of Warcraft as well? What do you play in WoW? I was always Human Warrior. That was pretty much what I played forever. I've been on and off with WoW. I actually did end my subscription a few months ago. I just couldn't be bothered anymore. But I definitely go through like stints of playing it. Like I played it a lot during Wrath Classic. Got to do all the raids that I never properly did back at the time, back when they were originally launched. So that was a lot of fun. And every now and then I think I'll go. Every now and then I'll subscribe on retail and go and like play through all the story missions. Play all the melee damage dealers and tanks. I spare. Jeez, that's a lot. I play literally like one character. Like it's so funny. I had the same character on. Oh, fantastic. Let's see if this works this time. I have literally the same character on retail, classic, and hardcore until my hardcore character died. Because playing warrior on hardcore is horrendous. On retail, I played tank. On hardcore, I was playing damage dealer just for E. On classic, I was playing damage dealer just because there weren't many tank rolls. But my heart's always been as a tank player on WoW. That's kind of what I first played it like 16 years ago. Hardcore's not my type. Yeah, I didn't think it would be my type, and then I tried it, and I did enjoy it, but after I died, I was like, okay, I can't do this again for a while. Oh, I don't like it when this guy's stuck. That's no fun. I'm not sure what this other clown's playing. Oh, no wonder it's difficult. One of them's a spirit. Ow. Sometimes getting that heavy attack to fire off is a pain in the ass. Damn. Couldn't even speak back then. Jesus, don't say that. I turned 33 this year. Oh, I should have healed first. Fuck. Oh well. There's an ominousness to the air. There's an ominous howl to the winds. Oh, youngsters, yeah. Bloody hell. That's the same with when I work now as well, because I've now been in my job, I've now been in my career, not my job, my career for 10 years, so I'm now seeing like I see more and more sort of youngsters enter the industry, into the games industry, and it's just like, oh god, you're all just babies. I'm sat there like, oh, my first game I worked on was like Lego Force Awakens, and like, oh my god, I loved playing that when I was 15, and it's just like, fuck right off. Although no one actually says they love playing Force Awakens, but nobody ever remembers Force Awakens. They always remember the older Lego Star Wars games. I'm really dreading what's going to happen when we go through those doors there. So I really don't think we're in any state for a boss fight. twice as old as me. Great. 43. My first game was Sonic 1. Nice. My first game was technically Tomb Raider 2. Or Doom. Either or. Kind of around the same sort of time. Because my dad had both of them on PC. Back when my dad was a gamer as well. And yeah, when I was like 5, I would sit and kind of, you know, help him play. I pressed some of the buttons in Tomb Raider and in Doom. At least it wasn't a boss. Behind the door. Oh, we're coming up to here. Okay, this makes sense, yeah. Like, I don't know if the Yellow Wind Sage is the final boss or not. Literally my favorite Lego Star Wars game is my favorite Lego game. It's definitely the top 3. That's right, also Wolfenstein, hell yeah. Probably in the 3rd place. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that something I worked on is that high up on someone's Game of the Year list. Working on Forza Horizon 4 made it more likely that a game I worked on was in someone's favourites of anything, but, you know, it's nice to know that some LEGO games end up there. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to double check. Yellow Wind Sage is the final boss of the zone, so we want to explore the rest of the zone first before taking him on. We got other bosses to fight first, though. Ah, Cos. Or some say Cosm. DJ TC, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the School of Mensis. Just using all the magic on this dude. That is a cool animated emote. Ow, ow. What the fuck? Him, the little follow-up attacks he does are brutal. Bloody hell. Yeah, that was cool when I did that. Incredibles Ninjago's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually have a soft spot for both. I have a soft spot for both Force Awakens and Ninjago, actually. Incredibles, I have issues with purely because. In fact, did I do a Game Dev Memories on the Incredibles? Oh, no, I did. I definitely did, because I got into an argument with Necrip. No. Was it with Necrip or was it with someone else? 3.0 games are all great. I think what you mean is you think that the Fusion games are all great. Because we made the better games. We made the underrated, we made the underappreciated gems. That's how I see it. Movie 2 I haven't actually played, so... You are correct, it was Epic Plastic. I couldn't remember. I was trying to remember the older faces one. Well done. Oh, I guess because you've been watching the videos. Yes, it was Epic who I had arguments with. Because they have like really bad takes on The Last of Us 2. Like really bad takes on The Last of Us 2. And just in case anyone else wants to have bad takes as well, more than welcome to. The correct and good take is that The Last of Us 2 is a fucking 10 out of 10 excellent game, and almost all the criticisms of it were completely unwarranted. Wrong button, but oh well. Does the job. pretty cool fight. Ooh, ooh. Key items, old rattle drum. Except to mention Jurassic World, but that's not 3.0. Your games I've played all of them before, and I love them as speedruns, but mostly enjoy them casual. That's awesome. The area games are a lot better. I haven't finished DC Super Villains, even though I haven't played Superheroes 2 or Marvel Avengers, but I heard that they're okay. Marvel Avengers I remember not enjoying too much. In fact, I think I played... Yeah, me and a buddy was staying at mine, and we played the demo of it for because he was gonna do a QA interview, and the demo crashed. So that was a good start. Which was really funny because he brought it up in his interview, and he was interviewing with the head of lead QA, and they're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I think I know what that is." DC Universe was cool. Jurassic World, yeah, it's weird that Jurassic World is what marks the 3.0. I don't know what the delineation is between 2.0 and 3.0. It's really interesting that. Jurassic World I didn't work a huge amount on. The eastern edge of Qingzhou Alley stood a modest Taoist temple, home to a solitary Taoist. This Taoist professed to have discovered an ancient formula for an immortality pill from the sea, earning him a reputation as a miraculous healer. The Taoist pills, when taken by the sick, showed no significant improvement. When taken by the healthy, had no noticeable effect. If anyone inquired about their efficacy, he would calmly explain, there is no such thing as a wondrous cure-all pill that can bring the dead back to life. True health arises from harmony and smooth flow of one's essence, vigor and spirit. Consequently, people began to doubt the Taoist skills, leading to his temple being sparsely visited and few seeking his medical assistance. In the city there was an old man named Mr. Chen, whose wealth rivaled that of nobility. Now in his 60s, he had fallen gravely ill, showing signs of being near the end of his life. His son sought out the Taoist and invited him to treat his ailing father. The Taoist had a yellow dog that he kept by his side at all times. This time he brought it along to the Chen residence. The Taoist prepared many special pills for Mr. Chen. Although the household servants thought he was merely going through the motions, they dared not say much and watched from the sidelines. Unexpectedly, after taking the pills, Mr. Chen gradually began to eat and drink a little, and his breathing became smoother, showing signs of recovery. Yet, just when everything was getting better, in one of the Taoist's pill-making sessions, his furnace exploded, killing him in the process. The household servants came to clean up the Taoist's temporary quarters, lamenting the whims of fate. To their astonishment, they saw the Taoist's yellow dog, dressed in his clothes, walking out the room. The dog was fanning itself with the tattered palm leaf fan and said, I had planned to learn some mortal skills in the human world. Who would have thought that in this world great talent brings such peril? With that, the dog snapped the fan and disappeared. Because that seems really rude when rewatching the game dev memories. He just kept having bad takes with weird arguments. Like, he would turn up to... I don't mind having an argument with folks. Like, I mean, I invite... It's Tiger's Acolyte. I forgot the name of the boss. Like, I don't mind inviting that kind of, you know, even heated discussion. You know, at the end of the day, it's my stream, so I'm in like, the control of everything. So I don't mind that kind of stuff. It just, when it gets into something... Holy shit, this might be one of the longest entries for... What, a chief? Yeah. I agree with him or you about the last two I haven't played it. I'll not give my opinions on it like him. Yeah. I mean, well, his opinion was very strong for someone who'd not played it. And someone who didn't understand who played the first game and didn't understand it clearly. There was once a swordsman, wild and free, who roamed the lands far and wide. For the love of a woman, he forsook his wandering ways, married and had a child. But their happiness proved fleeting. From the mountains beyond the city walls, there arose a wind fierce and full of malice. It whipped the yellow dust into a frenzy, and the city was choked with it day after day. Soon his wife succumbed to a wasting sickness, and their child too became ill. The man was devastated. He spent all his silver in a vain attempt to heal his child. Then he heard of a bodhisattva on New Mount Sumeru, which could cure the wind sickness. With haste he gathered what he still had and set forth with his child. When he reached the New Mount Sumeru, the disciples told him that the bodhisattva had departed for Yellowwind Ridge long ago and had not returned. The man had no choice but to take his child and set out once more. When they arrived at the ridge, they learned that his place was right next to the fierce wind. The child's frail condition worsened with each passing hour. They took shelter in the village of Windrest, where the child rested, and the man went to find the bodhisattva. 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 One day, while passing a dry well outside the village, the man heard a tiger's roar. He climbed down into the well and found a hidden cavern where a great tiger lay wounded and weak, deep in meditation. The tiger told the man he was a deity in the mountain, revered by the village priests. In the valley, they had even raised a temple in his honor. He said he'd been ambushed by the Yaogwai that stirred up a fierce wind and took over his temple. That's why he was in this pitiful state. The man was doubtful, but he asked around in the village. He found that the tale was true in every detail, from the reverence of the priests to the temple in the valley. He hastened back to the well, his ailing child in his arms, and begged the tiger for healing. The tiger brought out strangely shaped gourd, filled it with water, and gave it to the child. Wonder of wonders, after drinking from the gourd, the child was able to play as he had before the wind sickness struck. The tiger told the man that the wind had harmed his essence. With the flesh of the living, he could regain his former might, and that he could tame the raging wind and heal the child completely. The man was reluctant, but he watched his son grow stronger day by day. Have we murdered someone's dad? Is that what's happened? Playing in the village with the other children, a terrible resolve hardened in his heart. He began to lead the unsuspecting villagers into the well, hoping to restore the tiger to its former strength. Oh, okay, here we go. As time passed, most naturally, the villagers found out what he had done. By the time the man returned to the village, he found his son slain by their angry hands. The man was consumed by regret and drew his sword he had sealed away for years. He fell upon the village, and one by one he cut them down until the streets ran red with blood. Then alone, he set out into the shifting sandstorm, lost in ever howling wind. Fucking hell, what? These backstories just get worse and worse, man. The body pillow avatar was just so cringe, but yeah, people who give opinions on games that haven't played yeah, I mean, like, I think it's fine to make certain preconceptions about it, but like I'll look at a game and go, yeah, that looks pretty crap, not for me. And sometimes you can be surprised by that, but then there are other games where you can look at them and just where, you know, you can just be, you know, like the argument with The Last of Us problem was just a complete failure to understand the core themes or message of the first game. Like, it shows a complete disconnect with like everything that the first game was about and how the first game ended. Is this gonna be an enemy? No, for once it wasn't an enemy. It was just a mushroom. The body pillow thing was definitely weird. I was still very early into the VTubing. I didn't even have a model at that point. I was still just using the avatar, so. And I can't say a body pillow is still on the agenda. You know, maybe I think I said, I can't remember what I said at the time. I think I said if I had 1,000 followers, I'd maybe consider it, or 10,000 followers. Maybe as a joke, that would be a thing. Maybe that should have been an April Fool's joke. I should have, you know, spent money, commissioned an artist to do like a fake body pillow design. But then the problem with that is that it becomes an actual body pillow design. I think prejudging games is totally fine. But I think speaking on authority on that prejudgment is not fine. And prejudging those games based purely on having not understanding the game which it follows on from is really bad. But don't get me wrong, I definitely totally fail in a couple of the arguments there. Like, I think when I was trying to give it, I think there was an argument I did where I tried to give an example of feudalism and completely fucked it because I didn't have a dictionary definition to hand. And I tried to recount, and I had a really weak argument for it, but. When I fulminated April Fool's post on Twitter with a body pillow design, I kept a laugh at the fact that someone could now use it to make one. Yeah, so that's the worry. Not that I think my account is going to be big enough to blow up in that sort of sense and have it stolen, but you never know. You know, if Waifu Wes ever does want to partner with me. They don't even do body pillows, actually. Licorice seed. Wait, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. How does one access this? Because, yeah, we're back at the entrance of this now. We've come all the way through the village. That is one hell of a journey to take, actually. Did we find everything in that cave? Seems unlikely. Did I miss something? I mean, it makes sense that it loops back on itself a bit. We're still missing a meditation spot as well. Which is a big one. We put the Oregon spot. I haven't. They've been on my list for a while. The thing that kind of put me off a little bit recently is that the studio director was apparently an absolute fucking asshole. Like, proper dickhead. So it's an easy reason to knock them back on the priority list. We'll go here. Someone else as well, Brandon, I've thought of. If I was to ever do a body pillow, it would be like such a disappointing one because the hoodie does not come off. So it'd be like, yeah, you can have your body, you can have your fucking body pillow, but there'll still be a hoodie covering basically everything. It looks like we want to go this way. Oh. Yeah, this way. Look at that. What's better than a kung fu monkey? 5 kung fu monkeys. I've really seen a body pillow of rank, but it actually has the hoodie and skirt sewn over the top of it. Honestly, maybe that should be my next Halloween piece, like a Corpse Bride-esque thing, but the hoodie is like sewn into the skin. Oh, that'd be fucking disgusting. Phenomenal games, in my opinion, so I recommend them to a friend who enjoys the types of games since he doesn't have much time to play them. He just started a little bit of the tutorial there in the first part and decided to quit because there's too much cutscenes tutorials and it's bad. Like, oh. Like, I think not giving... Like, I understand that obviously time is precious, right? But not giving a game a proper shape before you've actually even experienced the core game loop can be rough. Now, there are exceptions to this. Like, for example, that feels like a boss waiting to happen. Or a mini-boss at the very least. Oh wait, is this gonna be... This will be the last Buddha as well. The 6th Buddha eye. Mommy, bring me home. Mommy, bring me home. Now the question is, where do I take these? Could potentially be up there, because we weren't able to figure out what happens there. Oh, it's the Mother of Stones. Holy shit. What's the catch here? Come on, do the big... Oh, that's the catch. Stone Mummy killed me. Played a game, it stopped encouraging after a bit because he started to get annoyed. He stood heavily with his opinion. Like, so, okay, so I was going to say there are some exceptions to that rule. One exception, I guess, would be Final Fantasy 13 because the tutorial is like 20 hours long or something ridiculous like that. Maybe not 20, but you know what I mean. It's like, you know, multiple chapters and hours of investment. This isn't the right way. Even Heavy Rain, I could accept to it. Actually, well, Heavy Rain isn't even really that tutorial heavy. Heavy Rain has like one tutorial. It has like one, maybe two tutorial levels. I guess it's got one per character, maybe a stretch. But even then. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's no excuse there. You know what? Honestly, like, so there are some, like, again, it really does depend. Like, I could see the argument, say, for example, of someone criticizing, say, something like Hollow Knight for its opening, because Hollow Knight is an amazing game. Hollow Knight is a 10 out of 10 game, one of the best games we've had in years. But it has a very weak start because you start out so underpowered that you are like critically unable to do anything. Like your attacking is so shit when you start out, and it only takes until a couple of power-ups when the game, I'd say, starts to feel good to play. And I don't even think that's necessarily a super controversial opinion. The monkey clones helped a lot, and, you know, so there were 3 of these things. The monkey clones killed one and severely weakened the other 2. Nice. Possibly one of the easier bosses, even though I died to them. New Yaguai Chief. God, you almost feel bad. Why is that still there? Did it just not spawn? Did I get easy street? Gets better after defeating the girl with the spear that gives... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of... It's pretty rough until you defeat Hornet. And that's kind of like how Metroidvanias are meant to go, obviously, but it doesn't stop it from feeling kind of rough. And I wouldn't... If someone quit after like an hour or 2 of playing, I wouldn't necessarily blame them. I would say you need to put more into it, but I can totally understand if a game isn't hooking you after the first hour, then I can understand putting it down. Like, you know, it is an important part of game design to make sure the player gets invested. You know, Final Fantasy 13 doesn't give a fuck about that because it has a loyal fan base of Final Fantasy players. But, you know, it was gonna do really well regardless because it's fucking Final Fantasy, you know. But Final Fantasy 13, I struggled. I played 8 hours of that and I realized I hadn't finished the tutorial yet, and I was like, what am I doing? Long ago in the Yellow Wind Ridge there lived 2 mountain deities. By the grace of a wise one, they came into possession of a great Yaoguai's inner pill. They split and consumed it, and gaining great powers from within. Henceforth they bore the shape and heart of human. That is not the shape of a human. Well, it's a little bit of the shape of the human, I guess. I guess if as far as rocks becoming humans go, In gratitude, they bent their newfound strength to make the mountain's wilds thrive for the Wise One. The Keeper of the Mountain, however, received no share of this boon. Envy wormed its way into his heart upon learning that the deities could conjure rock guys at will. He schemed to wrest this power for himself. Little did he know their conjurations drained deeply from their own will. The mountain deities poured out their own power to birth Rockwise, who shaped crag and stone and nurtured green and bloom. Day by day, the Keeper of the Mountain sought to pilfer their practice and cultivate through low deceits. Then came a day when the great rock Gwai emerged, and the lesser Gwais bowed to him as their vanguard. Still, the Keeper, heedless of this peril, provoked strife as he had done before. Blow after blow, the stone vanguard rained upon him until he lay pummeled in the dirt. Even then, he did not cease hurling curses. Alas, those who are bent on wickedness find few obstacles in their path, while those who pursue virtue encounter many hardships, often set by those with ill intentions. Wait, I got equipment. Oh wait, no, it's spirits. Gorai Taoist. Guangho. Yeah. Oh wait, new curios. Oh shit. While perfect dodging recovers a... So we've got slightly increases critical hit chance while perfect dodging. Covers the smallest... bit of stamina recovery for perfect dodge. I'm not too fussed on that. My stamina management's okay so far. I think every game you play, you should play for like at least 2 hours to see if it's for you. Yeah, I think like an hour or two is definitely worth the time investment. Bearing in mind, for Steam games, you've got 2 hours before you can decide if you want to refund it. So there is like the risk of that. 90 minutes is maybe like a fair middle ground of maybe picking up Squirm after I'm done with TFA engine runs. That looks really cool. Oh, hell yeah. Honestly, if you do, let me know. I would, in a heartbeat, tune in if I can. Like, it's you know, it's not got a huge amount of RNG. You know, one of the main barriers for it is that the controls can get a bit fucky. I swear I dodged the first one. All I wanted was that. Right. I think I want to go up there. Oh, well, the ad break's about to start actually, so we can pause it there and continue. One thing I'll say is, Squirm's pretty cheap as far as games go. It's only like a few bucks, I think. Can't say fairer than that. So, I'm thinking, Tuesday has been a surprisingly good day for streams. I didn't expect it to be. Now, I do have my swimming on Tuesdays usually. I didn't go swimming tonight, so I was a bit more refreshed, but I did originally plan to go swimming. All that would happen is that I've had to make a quicker dinner, but that's not a big problem. So, I am wondering if maybe Tuesday should become a stream day instead of Wednesday. Or at least try it again. Yeah, I try and go swimming. Yeah, swimming's like the best. Swimming's fucking awesome. Like, I said, I go swimming 2 to 3 times a week at the moment, so... anyway. Yeah, so maybe Tuesday should become the stream. Like, this day's clearly resonating with folks, you know. We've had, not only have we had, you know, but we've had a very chatty chat. We've had, like, a raid. It's been good. Maybe the time zone is just better on a Tuesday. I don't know. So I'll consider that for next time. Maybe Tuesday, Friday. Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. I could maybe do Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, but I don't normally like doing back-to-back streams. If I do Tuesday, it does mean that I effectively have a Wednesday evening to myself as well. Anyway, we'll have a think about that. I'm taking another quick be right back because Twitch is going to run ads regardless. You know how it is. So I'll see you folks in 3 minutes' time. Burb. And we're back. So yeah, honest question, folks. For those of you who are here, is Tuesday a better day for you to tune in than Wednesday? Like, just in general. Like, you know, if they're the same, then that's fine. I'm just sort of interested in gathering. Maybe it's just a one-off thing. Maybe, you know, the algorithm worked in my favor. Maybe the fact that my going live post just happened to get a bit more reach today. Is this a thing? It feels like this should be. Ugh! This ability feels ridiculous, man. I know against bosses it'll be like fucking pissing in the wind, but for semi-difficult regular enemies, it's incredibly funny. Now, where are these Buddha eyes meant to go? Like, they can be inlaid somewhere. Don't know if they're inlaid here or inlaid somewhere else. Yeah. Amazing impression. Why, thank you. I am a VTuber of many voices. Ow! Ow! Does that deflect that, I wonder? Oh, it does. Nice. Ah! I wonder, actually. So in this area, there was like a thing I hadn't. Like, there's something here as well. There's like a door I couldn't open yet. Can I do a dash/max voice? What? Like a... What do you mean, sorry? Do I kill him, chat? Like Dash from The Incredibles. Well, actually, I actually watched The Incredibles literally the other night with some pals. I don't know if I should fight this guy or not. Who is this? Not sure if I meant to kill him or not. What's he nicked from me? He's not stolen the Buddha eyes. So there was a line that I always thought was quite funny. It's when Dash gets the super suit and he's like, and he comes in with the super suit. He's like, "Look at me, I'm the Dash." And then he goes up to the window and he's like, up to the mirror and he's like, "The Dash likes." I can't do an impression of like a fucking 10-year-old kid. I'm pretty sure when I was 10, I couldn't do a good impression of a 10-year-old kid. Ooh. No, I'm more good at sort of like amalgous shapes, you know, making, you know, amalgous shapes and making moaning sounds. That's my skill set. Let's have a look then. Let's travel over here, because why not? We've got like half an hour, 45 minutes. I could take on the boss, or I could make that the opening of the next stream, which I think could also work. So I'll go to the snake trail. Yeah, I don't know what the Buddha eyes are for. I don't really want to look it up either. I don't know if I should kill that guy. I don't want to look up what the Buddha eyes are for. But I don't like the idea of missing things either. You know, it's rough. Ground's all electrocuted. What are we going to do? Still lives in my head rent-free. It's a line from the final level. Oh god, from the game? Oh, I can't remember any of the games. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure for Lego The Incredibles as well, we largely used... Actually, we used other voice actors, but I don't even necessarily think that was a matter of cost. I think it's literally just a bunch of them didn't want to do it. Like, I think like Craig T. Nelson, for example, just didn't want to do the voice of Mr. Incredible. So that's why we got whoever we got. Who I thought originally sounded a bit like Richard McGonagall, which I thought would have been like a pretty fucking cool voice to have, but no, it wasn't Richard McGonagall, sadly. I don't know who we got for LTI. I don't think the Buddha eyes will be here. I don't even think this is the spot I was thinking of, to be honest. Just across the scene. Oh god. Froge. Yeah, this doesn't even look like something I can open, so... Never mind that. Yeah, this feels far too... I think maybe it was over here then. Roge. Dash will smash! That was terrible. Jesus, I don't even know if we got the same actor for that. I mean, Lego Incredibles 2 didn't even have the same voice actor for Dash as they did in Incredibles 1. And I don't think our game had either. I don't know though. I don't know that. I don't know who. I don't know which actors we got. That was almost perfect. No, it was not. Listen, I haven't played that game in a while, but I know that voice was not almost perfect. A little bit too squeaky, yeah. Man. These wolves go down like sacks of spuds now. Doesn't hurt to do a little flower picking. Honestly rude. Only 4 ginseng? You cheap bastard. There's a path up here. Is this what I wanted? No. I swear there's like an area that, like a sort of optional thing that you need like to do something for, but I don't know what it is. Because there's a boss we haven't fought here. And I'm just trying to find, like, landmarks that potentially I might need to open the door for. There is a Buddha head over there. I mean, doesn't that look like it should be something? That's what's so difficult about some of this. It's like, are these things or not? Again, is that something of importance? Or is it just a landmark? There's something that's been done to faster voice. That is incredible. You are kidding. I suppose, yeah, all it does, it doesn't pitch the file, it just speeds up the file, doesn't it? Extra A long time ago, I had a redeem that tried to put on like a sort of squeaky anime voice. It didn't work out very well, which is why I got rid of it. And also my microphone was already terrible, so... And it was too many audio sources to manage. I didn't really know what I was doing back then, so... That kind of got abandoned. It's definitely not that, then. We'll have a crack at seeing if this Buddha yields anything. Plus speeds the voice lines up. Excellent. Like, I assume the Buddha eyes must be for something in Act 2. I'm just sort of having a run around just in case. Bloody hell. Dying in 3 hits. That guy got a hit in on me. You know, credit where it's due. Slightly to the left. That is not anything. Oh, wait. Scandra of form. Is this some key item I was meant to have this whole time? Scandra of... Fuck that. I want to know what this is. Scandra of form. Fuck's sake. Okay. So apparently that's an item that you don't use until much later. Realize you're older than 2 of my teachers. That's kind of wild. Sorry for making... Oh, great. Yeah, cheers. Lovely. Love that. I mean, some teachers, yeah, they'll just be out. They'll have just finished their teaching degree, so they'll be starting out in the industry. Everyone has to start somewhere. It's still horrid, you know. When you've got like, especially when you're in your final year of high school, and you've got a teacher who's only like 5 years older than you, because you're about to finish high school and they've just finished university. So I did see a little something that gave a hint as to what I meant to do with the thing, and I bet I'm going to see it and it'll be really obvious. And it was really obvious. This thing can connect best with the children, I guess. True. Oh. Shigang Dang. Ow. That hurt him. Wrong button. Oh, well. It doesn't seem that bad, to be honest. Like, he hits kind of hard, but I just ate tons of items to kind of deal with that. Okay, that charge is clearly lethal because it killed my decoy instantly. Okay, cool. For a Yao Guai King, that was nothing. Wait, 4 sparks? But he was piss easy. It's got a feeling. Inventory. Heart of Stone. Does Heart of Stone belong to used in crafting weapons? Oh, nice. We'll need to have a look at that. See what we can craft with his thing. Alright, we've been through these items. Fortification. It has tenacity effects on staff build to make the list of thunder. Oh, that's cool. Licorice seed. Oh, we can meet gardeners and grow. Oh, we'll be able to grow plants. That's pretty cool. This treasure secret yet to be revealed. Of course it does. Cool picture. Years ago, upon Yellowwind Ridge, several cliff stones drank deeply of the essence of sky and earth, basking in the energy of sun and moon. In time, they awakened, transforming into sentient stone guais. Among them two through advanced cultivation were bestowed with the title of mountain deities. One day, for reasons unknown, several Buddha heads emerged from the ground on the ridge. These heads, complete with eyes, ears, mouths, noses, and even flexible muscles, were profoundly bizarre. Flexible muscles? Wow. Wild. Upon seeing any living creature, they would scream loudly, and if they approached, they would swallow the creature whole. Honestly, fucking mood, just screaming loudly all the time. I love it. One stone guai, finding these Buddha heads strange and dangerous, decided to eliminate them to protect the mountain's inhabitants. It rammed into one of the Buddha heads, crushing it into a pulp. However, the flesh adhered to the stone guai's body and soon grew into a new stone Buddha head. From that moment on, the stone guai's temperament completely changed. It began to roam the mountains searching for other Buddha heads, crushing them and allowing them to grow on its back. As the number of Buddha heads on its body increased, so did its size. It no longer took nourishment from the universe, but instead fed on the mountain's living creatures to cultivate. The other stone guais could not defeat it. A single punch from it would shatter them into pieces, destroying their souls. He wasn't that tough. Wimps. Skill issue. Going to bed now so I can actually get some sleep. So I have a lot of stuff tomorrow that I don't really want to think about right now. No worries. Cheers for stopping by, Cappy. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, as always. The yellow-furred rat and his followers left the kingdom of flowing sands and passed through the Yellowwind Ridge. They encountered the mountain deities, leading several stone guais to drive the infested stone guai away. The yellow-furred rat seemed to understand the nature of those Buddha heads well. A strong sense of righteousness led him and his followers into battle. In a great victory, the yellow-furred rat not only destroyed the infested stone guai, but also eradicated all the flesh Buddha heads in the mountain. He extracted the essence from the guai and divided it between 2 brave mountain deities. He also gouged out the eyeballs from the Buddha heads and placed them in the valley as a seal. The mountain's inhabitants greatly admired the Yellow Wind Gwai, seeing that he could summon the wind, and named him the Yellow Wind Sage, and revered him as their king, settling with him in Yellow Wind Ridge. Pretty cool story, actually. Now we need to self-advance as well. Honestly, give me more of that replication spell. It's fucking great. Increase damage dealt by duplicates when using another spell after a... That's cool. Additional duplicate at the cost of considerable amount of mana. Ooh, that's a rough one. At appropriate times they can use those. That's wild. We'll hold off on those for the moment, actually. Alteration, I'm less fussed about. I don't even use Rock Solid. Mysticism... Use a mobilized moment they attack. That's cool. On crashing. That's really good, actually. Maybe it's worth saving for that. We'll do this as well. Might as well spend it. So, all that was left now is to fight our boss lad. But we'll do that on the next. I mean, that can be the opening for the next one. But I am kind of tempted by the Celestial Medicine. Maybe making like a couple, just to see. So I don't want to just hang on to everything forever. Come on. Make medicines!
金丹之道，炼己为先。好汉怎么看？
Defense we're kind of dealing with okay. I kind of fancy putting my maximum mana up a little bit. Just so I can get those extra spells.
天地动静之机，探日月盈虚之妙，但可成矣。
Get a little animation of sort of Jizo.
好汉若有丹药之需，可随时来我这里。
Yeah, that's pretty significant. That could be the difference of one extra spell. Stamina, I think I'm okay with for the moment. And we'll do a defense pill. There's 5 defense. We'll do 2 defense pills because 5 defense, 10 defense is pretty solid as well.
外练成法。天地万物皆楼顶，唯有上品得我心。
Nice. So we're a little bit bulkier now. Oh wait, it says there was a new option there.
不出户知天下，不窥友见天道。好汉别来无恙。
Oh, it just refunds it all. Oh, that's cool. You can just refund all of it. That's good. That's really good, actually. That's surprisingly good. No idea when I got 24 tiny pieces of gold. You can just experiment with your builds all you like. That's very generous of the game. Again, not like a Souls-like. Souls-likes, you know, you live with your consequences. Increase critical hit chance of... Okay. Charged smash heavy attacks. Fuck it. I love how the path is just so basic. So we do lose a lot of crit, to be fair. But I'm interested to see how this works out. We do have to be in this stance now, but... But that, in theory, should now be very powerful. New armors we can craft? I doubt it. Would have probably told us. No, we can craft ebon gold. It's very cloud steppy stuff, which is fine. The maximum health one is like fine, but it's not that big a deal. Snakehead mushrooms, well, we're not going to get them here. I know we need to go back to the previous area, I think, to get them in great numbers. Those are the big two that we want. But that's fine. We'll see how we get on with the boss. We can always go. If we struggle a lot, we can always head there and take him on if we need to. Or go and collect more if we need to. Well, that was really good, I thought. A good session. I don't know what I'm going to call this episode. Probably like just Stone or something. Anyway, 6719. We didn't die that many times, to be honest, and the bosses weren't too bad. Like, we're clearly quite powerful just now. Either I'm really good or I'm over-leveled. But I don't think I'm that over-leveled. I would hope, anyway. We'll see. End the recording there.